What's good, y'all? This is Aceon Consciousness, and we are back. And today I wanted to talk about in this episode the year 1776. Now, if we go, that's what 250 years ago? So let's go back to that time. It's an important time for the whole world, to be honest. And when we're looking back now, America was a year into the American Revolution, so they were just kicking off, and they had decided to, about a year into it, on July 4th, 1776, we know that they had claimed their independence, and that's why we have Independence Day, and we still celebrate that day on July 4th. We love fireworks and barbecue and all that good stuff. If you go to the other side of the pond, across the globe, 1776, just over 60 days prior to America claiming their independence, what we all know as the Illuminati, if you've heard that term, was then founded back, like I said, May 1st, 1776. Now, how it was founded, if it was, it's all speculation. It's always up for debate. But if you look into it, it doesn't take much research to find out that it was backed, and the masterminds behind it, moving it along, was a very prominent banking family who some would say and could possibly argue that this banking family is still in control of much of the banks, if not all the banks today. And if you guess the Rothschilds, then you are correct. So the story is that they had teamed up with a gentleman whose name is Adam Weishaupt, and had hired him to help roll out their plan. So if we go to, I'm going to play, I got a couple clips to play just to kind of give you a little bit better understanding, and can break it down a little easier than I can on who this Adam Weishaupt is, and then also a little bit on the Illuminati. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to play this clip right now so you can get a little bit of understanding on who this guy is and what he did.
And so, on May the 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt founded the Bund der Perfektibilisten, the Order of the Perfectionists, later to be called the Order of the Illuminati. It was the fusion of the financial empire of the Rothschilds and the wealth and power of the military order of the Jesuits. Their goal? The creation of a world government and world dominance.
So, that being said, that they wanted control of the world, not just a specific part, not this area, not that area, but all the areas. And if you dive into any of these conspiracy theories or just different views, you'll see that oftentimes that you'll start to connect the dots and see how they're connected and how they're all tied in. Now, we kind of know what Adam Weishaupt did. Here is a little bit more on who he is.
Now let's go back to the birth of the Illuminati. Adam Weishaupt was a Jesuit-trained professor of canon law, teaching in Ingolstadt University when he defected from Christianity to embrace the Luciferian conspiracy. It was in 1770 that the professional moneylenders, the then recently organized House of Rothschild, retained him to revise and modernize the age-old protocols of Zionism, which from the outset was designed to give the synagogue of Satan, so named by Jesus Christ, ultimate world domination, so they could impose the Luciferian ideology upon what would remain of the human race after the final social cataclysm by use of satanic despotism. Weishaupt completed his task May 1st, 1776. Now you know why May 1 is the great day with all communist nations to this very day.
So there you have it. So just breaking it down a little bit, again, what I've said before is that, David Icke's famous words, know the outcome and you'll see the journey. So, if you can just even entertain, again, this is all entertainment purposes. So if you can entertain the thought that there is an agenda, or there was an agenda set in place back then in the 1770s by this Illuminati to, what you just heard, kind of control the world. You've got a strong, very influential banking family that is able to do that, because we all know that, as they say, money makes the world go round. And so when kind of those, he or they who control the money, kind of control everything. So they have got that power. So if this Illuminati group was formed with the help of Adam Weishaupt to create this and put into place on May 1st, 1776, they're established, which means, and if they linked up years before, like this was something that had been in the works. And on the 1st, it was set that this is our plan. We've got it all figured out. Now let's get this going. I don't think, it's up to you, whatever you want to think. I don't believe in coincidences, and so the fact that they establish their thing and get their agenda rolling out, and just 2 months later, over here in our area of the world over here, which is now the United States, decided to claim its independence, and then it's founded. And of course there's always that argument and debate on the founding father, and were they tied into a certain special group that some would like to call the Masons. It's up to you. Again, the dots are there. You can connect them on your own. But here is one more thing, kind of a little bit more on breaking down the mindset and what's going on up here with the people who have this Illuminati in their hearts and in their minds.
This satanic plot was launched back in the 1760s when it first came into existence under the name of the Illuminati. This Illuminati was organized by one Adam Weishaupt, born a Jew, who was converted to Catholicism and became a Catholic priest, and then, at the behest of the then newly organized House of Rothschild, defected and organized the Illuminati. Naturally, the Rothschilds financed that operation. And every war since then, beginning with the French Revolution, has been promoted by the Illuminati, operating under various names and guises.
So, just with that, they're saying that every war since then, it doesn't matter where in the world, is financed by the same family, because they don't really care who wins, who loses, because they're the winners. There's a lot of money that goes into war, and if you're backing them both, then you're getting huge chunk on both ends. So then why not? And it goes right to, if you can buy or get on board with or entertain the thought that maybe there is some sort of other motive or an evil agenda to push this along, and that there's a goal that's not too happy. I mean, happy for most. Won't be happy for us. They'll be happy for them because that's their goal. But if their target goal is here, meaning if you know the outcome, and if you know that they want this new world order and a one world government and things here, then all the things that happen along the way, all the wars, World War I, World War II, just destroyed so much, and a lot of lives were lost. And to think that they didn't care who won, who lost, and they may have already had an outcome of who they wanted to win and who they didn't. And for us, we get the history books, we get whatever stories just fed to us, and so we don't really question it. But then you kind of get into it. The further back you go, the more you start being able to take a step back and really question things, and let the information soak in, and then start connecting the dots. So from then on, we're established, and we're set as this America, the free country and freedom. And what if everything's a lie, and the establishment of this country was all part of this plan in order to reach their end goal? So again, it's always up for debate. People want to get mad and argue and try to be right, or there's just being open to it and entertaining the thought, and just simply asking, question everything. That's what I strongly recommend. You question everything, and there's going to be things that just don't make sense to your logical mind. They'll throw science at you, and they'll throw whatever they want to call proof, or some article or some professional that wants to just, they're getting all sorts of information can be thrown at you. But if you just simply take whatever information is given to you, and this is with anything. This isn't just with the Illuminati. This isn't just with a map like this. It's with everything. And question everything. Your religion. If something doesn't make sense, then ask yourself why it doesn't make sense and question it. Even if it goes against the norm or what everyone else is thinking or doing, question it. And you'll start, because once you find one entry point in, or one lie or one thing that just wasn't correct, then it's a lot easier to start questioning other things and going, okay, well, if that's not true and they lied about that, then this could be a lie too, and that could be a lie, and hell, it could all be a lie. So I'm just, again, presenting these thoughts for entertainment purposes because it's fun for me to think about these things, and I also got to get these thoughts out of my head because I'm tired of keeping them in. And there's no one to talk to. There's really no one I can talk to about this on a deeper level besides trying to convince someone, or it ends up getting into a debate. I don't want to debate. That's not what I'm here for right now. I'm sure that, they come up, but I just want to talk. I want a community we can talk about this with. I want to be able to enlighten people with thoughts and ideas I have, and I want to hear other thoughts and ideas other people have to help connect the dots for me. So, look, if you're interested, if you like what you heard, leave a comment. Let's chat. I'm sure there's groups out there I can join to talk more about this. I will do it. If you know of any groups, leave them in the comments. Send me an invite, whatever it takes. But let's talk about this. Let's connect the dots. Let's not let them win. All right? So thank you for checking out this episode. This is Aceon Consciousness, and I am out.